Good evening.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
Good. I have some bad allergies, but I'm okay.
Yeah, you don't look that good.
It's because we changed the weather, the weather changed in Bogota a lot, so that is not good for me.
Yeah, these days have been crazy.
Yeah, but it's not the cold. It's an allergy that I have to those changes. And how are you guys?
Hello, teacher.
Hi, Amin. Are you in your new
You
house?
you have a call too?
Did you repeat?
You have a call too?
No, it's not the cold. It's an allergy.
Okay. Yes, Um, I changed my house.
Okay. Are
I
you
live
tired?
in I live in a new place.
Okay. When did you move?
Um, it's named Bosques de Morelia, Villavicencio.
Okay.
In a building, in an apartment.
Good. So, and when did you move? Last weekend?
2 weekends ago,
2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Okay. Well, Carol, how are you?
Hello, teacher.
How are you doing with your classes at the other university?
Fine. The last, well, this week we are presenting some tests. How do you say teacher parciales? Is the same?
Tests, yes.
Okay, yes, some tests, but at the moment everything is okay.
Okay, good.
Teacher, this week the teacher, Jorge teachers told me that you will be my tutor in the practice in the Virrey Solís school.
Yeah,
So
today.
I will meet you there.
Yeah, we will meet on Saturdays there. We went to the school today and we talked to the coordinator, academic coordinator, and well, we are trying to find out the number of students we will have and everything so that we can start on April. Uh, Jorge told me that you and two more students will be teaching classes there. So yeah, we are trying to get everything ready for April.
Teacher, it is like a tutorial.
Uh, the way we work is that you guys have to write some lesson plans. I will help you to, or I will guide you for you so you know how to write the lesson plans. I will check them and then you will teach the class on Saturday. I will be there and will observe the classes and I will give you feedback.
Okay, teacher.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Giovanni, good
Sorry,
evening.
going in the teacher.
Are you at home?
No, no. I'm working. And
Oh,
here at this moment, I am waiting for my Transmilenio.
okay. Be careful.
Okay, thank you. But I'm going to be here in this synchronic encounter all the time. But I'm going to pay attention all the class.
Okay, good. Paola?
Hello, teacher.
Hello,
Good
Paola.
evening.
How are you?
Fine, teacher.
Fine. Are you tired?
No, teacher, excuse me. I am sick.
You're sick?
Yes, but no problem, teacher.
Okay. Daliana, hello. Daliana?
Teacher, you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. How are you doing?
Teacher, a little bit tired, but I'm good.
Okay.
Was
Was a
difficult to arrive
was a
home.
busy day?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good. So we're going to start. Last week, I told you that we are going to review tonight, that we were going to review tonight the topic of relative clauses, and we will also check the structure for writing an essay. So I don't know if you had time to work on next week about relative clauses. That was a topic that you had to study for Unit 3. I don't know if you have questions before we start with the review.
Teacher,
Yes, you are.
I'm going to tell you, yeah, I'm going to be frank with you. In this moment, in this way, I am in the unit 2, not 3, because I haven't have enough time to develop all the activities over there. But
Okay,
I'm
Giovanni.
going to
No,
take out
well,
more time for that.
I,
Yes.
I understand because you were given the access 2 weeks
Mhm.
later.
Okay,
So, well, anyway, we will review tonight the topic. Let's start with the definition of a clause.
perfect.
So here we have a sentence, and the sentence has some words in red. So those words in red are called a clause. So what is a clause?
Clause. Like a rules.
Not exactly. Any other idea?
An idea of the subject, the place or
Okay, Daliana, good. So a clause, a relative clause, is the part of the sentence that tells us more information about the subject, more information about the person or the object or the animal the sentence is about. In this case, the sentence is about a woman, and the clause is giving us more information about the woman. Is the woman who lives next door. It's not any woman, but that specific one. So the clause is the part of the sentence that gives is one part of the sentence, and a relative clause is one part of the sentence that gives us more information about the subject, what you mentioned, right? Okay,
Okay, right.
here we have a pronoun. What's a pronoun? We have two
They,
sentences,
she.
right? Exactly. In this case, it's she. And what is the definition of a pronoun?
What is the definition? Is a pronoun?
Yes.
Uh, technically, I know.
Okay. Anybody? Any idea?
Sure, I believe that it is that replace the subject, pardon.
Exactly. It's the word that replaces the subject. In this case, I'm not going to repeat the word the woman, but I'm going to replace it by the word she. Very good. Okay, then we have relative clause. So we say that a relative clause is the part of the sentence that gives us more information about the subject, right? The subject of the sentence, what is the subject of the sentence?
the neighbor.
The neighbor.
Exactly,
The neighbor.
good. And the extra information or specific information about the neighbor is who lives next door. So if I have 9 neighbors, I'm not going to talk about the one that lives in the floor that is on the first floor or on the third floor, but I will talk about if I am the one in the red rectangle, I am going to talk about the one that lives next door. Yes, to be specific, right? So let's continue. So here, the car that is between the white and the red one is mine. The word that is a relative pronoun. So we already know what is a pronoun. So what is the definition of a relative pronoun?
That
To,
replace can replace who or whose.
Okay,
No,
you
who or
mentioned
whom.
who and whose are
Uh,
relative pronouns. Good.
uh-huh.
So
teacher,
those
in
are
this
relative.
case, is to connect the two objects or person to between two objects or person.
Very good. So a relative pronoun replaces a noun, but what is the difference between a pronoun and a relative pronoun?
Sure, I believe that we want to express the same but in a different word. I mean, car, for me that is the same that the card, but we need to use other words. I don't know if you can understand.
The word that replaces a noun, right? A subject. The subject that is replacing is the car. But what is the difference between a pronoun and a relative pronoun?
The one for the pronoun has like an interrogative. So to who, for example?
No. The thing
Teacher,
is that,
the
I mean,
the pronoun is direct and the relative pronoun is indirect.
no, that's not. We mentioned before, let's look at that slide again. We mentioned that a clause is one part of the sentence, right? And we mentioned that a relative clause is one part of the sentence that gives us specific information about the subject. So a relative pronoun is a pronoun that starts or that introduces a relative clause. Is a pronoun that introduces a relative clause. So it's the one that starts the part of the sentence that gives us more information about the subject. If I just have a simple sentence with a pronoun, I will say she is an actor. Here, I don't have a clause. I don't have extra information about the subject. Yes, but if I am going to give extra information about the subject, I have a clause that is introduced by a relative pronoun. So, if I have two sentences like the woman is a doctor and she lives next door, and I want to put both sentences together, I can use a relative pronoun by saying the woman who lives next door is a doctor. So now I have both ideas in one sentence, and that sentence has a clause that gives us extra information about the subject. The clause has a relative pronoun that introduces the extra information about the subject. Now this sentence is more complex than a simple sentence like subject, verb, and complement. Questions so far?
No, teacher.
No, it's clear, teacher.
Okay, let's review the list of relative pronouns. We have who, whose. What other relative pronouns do you?
Which?
I have a question,
Okay.
teacher.
Yes, Giovanni, tell me.
Teacher, I have a question. You can omit that in the relative clause?
I will give you the example when we can omit it. But in this case, no. Then I will tell you why.
Okay, okay, perfect. So in other words, you can use that with object, s- well, with object pronouns. Um, you
No, no,
can
objects and pronouns, no. That replaces objects and people. So I can say,
people, yes.
yes, I can say the person that called is my mother. So here that is replacing a person. And that in this sentence is replacing an object. Hmm? Remember that a pronoun replaces a noun.
Oh, okay, 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 perfect.
Teacher, in
And
this
you can
case,
only use
I mean,
excuse me. In this case, you can say to the person who called is my mother.
yes,
The person that called is my mother. It is specific. It is not a specific to person or object. It's the same.
exactly. So I can use who and that to talk about a person. And I can use that to replace an object or to replace a person.
Okay.
okay, teacher, another question. If you
You're welcome.
can replace in the object that, you can use which.
I will tell you when. So let's continue with the list. So which is a pronoun. What else?
Whom?
A relative pronoun.
Whom?
Whom.
Whom?
Okay. What else?
Mm.
What else?
That?
That?
That.
That?
Exactly. Okay. And there is missing one.
Mm. Mm.
What is the one that is used to replace places?
Where?
Where? Okay, good. Julian, good evening. Julian,
Hello.
hello, Julian. Could you please use your camera?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, Julian, we are reviewing the use of relative pronouns tonight, right? So if you have any question, please let me know. Here we,
Teacher,
yes,
teacher,
Carol.
I think when, no? When?
Yes, you're right. When is also a relative pronoun.
Mhm.
Okay, so far. So who can help me with a summary of what we have reviewed? So what is a clause?
Is the part of the sentence that give more information about the subject.
Okay, what is the subject in this sentence?
The
Woman.
The
woman.
woman. So the
Mhm.
clause, as you mentioned, is the part of the sentence that gives more information about the subject.
The subject.
Okay. Now, what is a pronoun?
Is the word that replaces the subject.
Okay, so in this case, she is a pronoun because replaces a subject, which can be the woman, right? Instead of saying the woman lives next door, we say she lives next door. Good. Now, what is a relative clause?
Who lives next?
The additional information
In
Given to
the,
the
As more information.
the,
It's a part.
the introduction of a relative um, clause.
We said that a clause is the additional information, and the relative clause, the additional information that is introduced by a relative pronoun, right? So we to be specific about the type of neighbor that I'm talking about, I need to give extra information. So if I'm going to talk about this man and I am this woman here, I need to be specific and say the neighbor who lives next door is an actor. Okay. Then we said that a relative pronoun is what?
What is your question, teacher?
What's a relative pronoun?
Is it is connected to a relative clause?
Could you repeat, Amin, please?
Is connected to a relative clause.
It is connected to a relative clause in what way?
What?
How it is connected. Here we have the relative clause. And how it is connected with the relative clause.
Connect the relative clause with the object.
Okay. So introduces the relative clause and
Exactly.
replaces the object, the noun, the subject of the sentence.
Yes, teacher.
Julian, what is the translation of who into Spanish?
Sorry?
What is the translation of who into Spanish?
¿Quién?
¿Quién? That,
Eso.
eso o también qué. En este caso es qué para el
Alright.
tema. Where,
¿Dónde?
when,
¿Cuándo?
whose,
Whose? I don't remember. In Spanish, I don't remember.
¿De
ok.
quién?
¿De quién?
¿Quién?
Cuando hablamos de alguien que posee algo. ¿De quién? Which,
¿Cuál?
ok. Whom,
I don't know.
a
I never-
quién.
¿A quién?
You
¿O a
didn't-
quiénes?
You have never seen it? ¿A quién? ¿A quién? Entonces este va con, yo puedo decir whom or to whom, o puedo decir with whom, con quién. ¿A quién o con quién? ¿Listo?
And you can also say by whom,
By whom,
or it's only by, yeah.
by whom, ¿por quién no? For, no, no. By whom,
No, or by who.
¿a quién? Para decir qué.
Por ejemplo, the book was written by whom? By who or by whom?
No, who wrote the book?
Pero no se puede decir by.
No. Se preguntaría quién escribió.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's practice that. Here we have a sentence that is a sentence that has a relative clause. So we need to write here the correct relative pronoun. Since we're going to replace the man, what is the relative pronoun that I need to use?
Who
Who?
Exactly.
Or that.
or that?
Or that, exactly.
Or that.
So Charles is the man who lent me the money, or Charles is the man that lent me the money. Good. Next sentence. we need to replace the word cheese, that is an object, right? So what is the relative clause, the relative pronouns that I need to use here?
I use that.
That
Exactly.
or which
That,
or which.
exactly. So I use which or that to replace an object.
Here doesn't matter that in the sentence are other that. It's necessary a comma or just.
Okay, I use the cheese. No, that was my mistake. I wrote the
Okay.
word. I use the cheese that was in the fridge to make a cheesecake, or I use the cheese which was in the fridge to make a cheesecake. Questions so far?
No.
No, so far no.
Okay, so let's continue. Here we need to we need to use. Here is the question that Giovanni had. When can I use whose? So whose is when I'm talking about the owner of the object. So if I say I saw some people and their car had broken down, I'm going to put both ideas together and I will say I saw some people whose car had broken together. I'm talking about the owners of the car. I'm replacing the owners of the car with the pronoun, the relative pronouns whose. If I translate it into Spanish, would be something like vi a las personas, vi a algunas personas a quienes, vi a algunas personas cuyo carro se había varado. Cuando quiero expresar esa posesión, uso whose.
Okay.
The meaning is cuyo.
Sí, most of the sentences can be translated as cuyo o cuya. Okay, let's continue. Then we have the use of whom. Whom is used to replace a person. Yes, but in this case es a quién. Si yo voy a decir que yo la quería ver a ella para reemplazar el objeto de una oración, ¿sí? El sujeto soy yo, la que hace la acción, el verbo quería verlo. ¿Y a quién? A ella. Cuando yo reemplazo ese objeto de la oración para hacer una oración con cláusula relativa, uso whom. La mujer a quien yo quería ver estaba de vacaciones. La mujer a quien yo quería ver estaba de vacaciones. Es diferente a decir la mujer que yo quería ver estaba de vacaciones.
In this case, would be the woman who I want to. ¿Cómo sería?
Sí lo puedo usar. Puedo decir la mujer que yo quería ver estaba de vacaciones. Y la mujer a quien yo quería ver estaba de vacaciones. La diferencia entre who y whom. Otro caso en el que puedo usar who. La mujer de quien él se enamoró es doctora. The woman with who Entonces, the woman with whom he fell in love is a doctor. Entonces, ese whom lo puede usar con esa preposición antes. The woman with whom he fell in love is a doctor. Y acá nuevamente ese whom está reemplazando a esa persona sobre la que recae la acción. Él es el sujeto, el verbo se enamoró y la persona sobre la que recae la acción es ella, que es aquí en la palabra que está reemplazando está pronombre relativo. My advice is that when you get to study unit 3 in next way, so you work on with all the exercises there, so you can practice this. Let's say that the use of that and who is simple, and the use of where is simple, but the use of whom and which is not that common. So maybe you will need a little bit more practice. Whom and whose are the ones that are not that common. Whom and whose. Then maybe you will need more practice for the use of those pronouns. Can any of you please try to create a sentence with whom or whom?
Write it on the chat.
Okay. So please create the sentence and type it on the chat.
Teacher, I have a question about next grade.
Yes.
in which unit we should be working in next way?
Unit 4 this week.
Okay.
Remember that this course is short, it's just 2 months. So this week is week 4 and we will study March 4 weeks more and it's done. The course is done in in 2 months. So we will end by March.
Teacher, but we start late, remember? Next way?
We start late in next way, but we need to finish the course at the end of March. So
okay, I will try it.
Try to work in this way during weekends.
Okay.
So the sentences are, Catalina wrote, I was invited to a party by a boy whom I met last week. Very good. Paola, the children with whom we help are happy. No. Los niños con quienes qué?
Without with, teacher. With no, sorry.
Pero entonces sería the children who.
The children
whom
we help are happy.
Okay, the children whom we help.
The children from the hospital, perhaps. The children from the hospital whom we. Or the child.
No, the children who we help are happy. La información extra que ella está dando es que son los niños a quienes ayudar. no son
Okay.
todos los niños, sino solo los que
Mhm.
ellos ayudaron.
Mhm.
So
Ah, okay.
the children whom we help are happy. Carol wrote, the man to whom I borrowed some money still owe me the money. El hombre a quien le presté dinero.
Me robó.
Ah,
Rob? Rob me?
okay. I guess that's the word, yeah. Rob me. Or, yeah.
Mhm.
The woman with whom he danced was from Africa. Very good. All right. Giovanni's in Transmilenio. Carol, we have it. Daliana, your sentence, and Julia, please.
Sure. Singular or plural?
Well, type it
Doesn't matter.
and we will see, please.
No, teacher, I am questioning you is, don't worry, is singular or plural when we use that?
I didn't get the question. Could you repeat?
I mean, matter if we use it with singular or plural, or we can use that in all case.
Yeah. So it's possible to that whom replaces one or two or more than two people.
Oh, I mean with the whom, which, or who, that, whose, or
Yeah. Whose can replace a plural noun or a singular noun. Whom can replace again also a plural or a singular noun.
for example, that or who, no?
That, yes, also.
No.
Okay, so Daliana wrote, the man who talked about in the video wrote a book. No, the man whom, el hombre a quien habló, no. El hombre a quien qué. Giovanni escribió, the guy with whom I work is the owner of the company. Eso está bien. El hombre con quien yo trabajo es el propietario de la compañía. How can we correct Daliana's sentence? The man whom I talked.
The man whom she talked in the video wrote a book.
The man
whom she talked in the video wrote a book. No?
Or the man who with who she talked about in the video wrote a book.
sorry, could you repeat?
The man with whom she talked about in the video wrote a book.
The man who was mentioning in the video wrote a book. Not with whom, but it's with who.
The man who she mentioned in the video.
Yes.
Okay, the man whom she mentioned in the video wrote a book. Okay, that's a good one. Julian,
Yes. Mm. The man with the doctor. Maybe. The man who talking with the doctor. No?
the man whom what?
Talking with the doctor.
What happened with that man?
Maybe talking about um, I don't think in this moment. Maybe
¿Qué tiene de especial ese hombre? El hombre que habló con el doctor, ¿qué pasó con él?
she like her.
The
He
man
like her. No.
who the doctor talked to. Likes, let's say, Samantha. Entonces, el hombre a quien habló con el doctor, el hombre a quien el doctor le habló, le gusta Samantha, digamos. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Well, this is the easiest one. If I'm going to replace a place, what is the relative pronoun that I need to use?
Where?
Exactly.
Where?
Where. So I think that what you need to practice is the use of whose and whom, right? Because the others are easy. That, who, where, when replaces a date, right? So I say July the 4th is when American people celebrate their independence. So when replaces the date July the 4th. Let me type it here. Right, so when replaces a date. Yes. Questions?
No, teacher.
Only practice.
Okay. Well, so let's move to other topic, which is the task that you have this week. One of the tasks is to write an essay. So we're going to review the structure of an essay, how you can link sentences, paragraphs. So here we have some connectors that we use to what? To connect ideas. So if the ideas are opposite ideas, so we use on the other hand, or but, or however. If we are going to link ideas that express cause and consequence, we use consequently, therefore, or so. If we are going to link ideas that are similar, we use as well as, or similarly, or besides, or in addition. If we are going to express sequence, so we can say first, second, third, and in summary.
Finally, no?
Finally, good,
Lastly,
right. Good. If we're going to express a fact, we can say in fact. If we are going to express a purpose or the reason, so we can say in order to. If we are going to express a personal opinion, we can use from my point of view. There are many more connectors in these links that I will share with you. Here you have one link. And here we have other. Okay. Now, when we write an essay, we need to have a clear, or it's an advice or a suggestion that you write a list of ideas that come to your mind. Let me show you. Let's suppose that I will write an essay about this topic. Placing a high value on loyalty to a company seems to benefit more the employer, while changing jobs every few years might help the employee to build a career. So let's suppose that the question I'm trying to answer is that if what is the advantage and disadvantage of being loyal to a company? And in order to answer the question, I thought about how to organize the advantages and disadvantages based on differences in culture. And I thought that to contrast ideas about Asian culture and European or North American culture, right? So before I start writing an essay, the suggestion is that you write a list of ideas that come to your mind before you start linking all the ideas. So if I will use this topic and I will contrast the both cultures, and I will write about advantages and disadvantages. I will write in the first paragraph an introduction, which is just to mention that I will contrast the cultures and I will explain the advantages and disadvantages. On the second paragraph, I could write examples and more ideas about one of the cultures. In the third paragraph, I can write examples and ideas, more details about the other culture, the Asian one, for example. And in the last paragraph, in paragraph 4, I can summarize the information. In that way, I present an order and it's easier for the reader to understand. So in this case, I have, in order to link the ideas that I have in my list, I need to think about what is the connection that the ideas have. If I am going to express cause and consequence, the idea and an example, if I am going to express opposite ideas, similar ones, if I'm going to show a sequence, or to express a fact, or to give the purpose, or to express an opinion, or to reinforce an idea, to express a condition. Because if I have clear what is the connection between the two ideas that I need to connect, I am going to use the correct connector, right? So, example, if I have these two sentences, in some countries, most notably in Asia, there is a high degree of loyalty to one company. And the second sentence is, in most European countries and the United States, loyalty to one's employer is not highly valued. What is the connection between those two ideas? Are they similar? Are they cause and consequence? Are they the condition for the other? Are they expressing a sequence? What is the connection between those two sentences?
But are they doing like a comparative?
Yes, so if I am going to compare, it's because they are what? They are different,
Opposite.
right?
Different.
Opposite, exactly. If they are opposite, so I need to take a look at the list of linkers or connectors that I have to express opposite, to link opposite ideas. So those connectors are, do you remember? Any idea?
Which ones?
Yes,
The opposite?
yes.
Whereas?
While,
What is the translation of whereas?
mientras que,
Okay. Which other?
while,
Yes. Which other?
Unlike?
Okay, very good. What is the translation of unlike?
Unlike. En algunos países, unlike, I don't know the translation.
Diferente.
Sí, todas ellas es para expresar diferencia. A diferencia de. A diferencia de. Okay, what other helps me to connect two ideas that are different?
Unless.
No, ese es a menos que. A menos que expresa una condición.
On the other hand.
Ok. De otro lado, ¿cierto? ¿Qué otra?
However.
What is the translation of however?
Sin embargo.
Sin embargo. Mm, ok, but es otra. ¿Listo?
Can you
Entonces,
say, having said that?
how do you say what?
Can you say, for example, having said that?
Yeah.
Therefore,
Therefore, expresa consecuencia, porque esa es la traducción. Por lo tanto, entonces tendría yo que tener causa-consecuencia y conectarlas con therefore. Listo, todas estas puedo usarlas para conectar estas dos oraciones que expresan ideas opuestas. En unos países, como en Asia, hay alta lealtad de compañías, mientras podría ser while o whereas, mientras que en países de Europa y Estados Unidos la lealtad al empleador no tiene un gran valor. Listo. Sigamos, let's practice with other sentences. Here we have other two ideas. What is the connection between those two ideas?
Mm.
Of conditions,
Condition, para que haya un,
for example, unemployed as long as it's reciprocal. No.
¿cuál es la condición?
O sea, siempre y cuando, o sea, hablan bueno, del alto valor, de la lealtad y de las relaciones entre empleados y empleadores, pero abajo ya cuenta que siempre, o sea, siempre y cuando sea recíproco, como digámoslo así, como el trato, como la...
Pero estas no serían como las características.
Ok, pero no es tan, para responderle a Paola, no hay una condición, no dice que sí, si hay un trato recíproco. No. Y Catalina, tú dijiste, ¿qué palabra fue que usaste?
Características.
Una característica. Es una información similar, ¿cierto? A la oración, la idea que está en la oración 2 es similar a la que está en la 1. Lo está reforzando, está dando un ejemplo, ¿sí?
Okay.
Entonces, en culturas en las que hay valor en la lealtad hacia el empleador, una relación parecida a la familiar parece desarrollarse entre empleador y empleado. Y la 2 es un pacto recíproco y el empleador se preocupa por asistir al empleado para desarrollar su potencial al máximo y el empleado se preocupa por optimizar su bienestar
bienestar.
a la empresa, ¿cierto? Está dando detalles, está, está enfatizando. ¿Qué conector puede usar para expresar que se está enfatizando, que se está
It's
adicionando?
possible because it's reciprocal perdón.
No, pero because no nos sirve, Paola, porque because expresa causa-consecuencia.
Indeed.
Due to,
As,
¿Cuál, Catalina?
Indeed.
No te entendí.
Indeed.
Ah, ok. De hecho, muy bien. Entonces puedo usar indeed que es de hecho. ¿Qué otra?
As.
¿Cómo? Sí. ¿Qué otra?
Particularmente, in particular. In particular.
Podría ser.
Especially.
Especially, no, pero especialmente, no, no.
¿No?
Especialmente es cuando yo estoy diciendo, esto se da en tales situaciones y mucho más en esta situación.
Okay.
Due to.
¿Cuál, Giovanni?
Due to.
Debido a,
Mhm.
pero debido a también me expresa causa-consecuencia.
As far as I'm concerned.
As far as, me expresa como una condición. Como esto se da si tal cosa, si en el caso de esto. Bueno, dejemos estas tres. Indeed, as, and in particular. Let's analyze sentence 3 and 4. What is the connection between those ideas?
Comparing.
Let's see. Julian, could you translate the sentences into Spanish, please?
Sorry, which
The number 3 and 4.
3 and 4?
Yes.
Then I with respect to the one company employee nice this one Jonas and maybe so el aspecto negativo loyalty. What is loyalty?
Lealtad.
El aspecto negativo de la lealtad en las compañías, en unas compañías para los empleados,
Es que un empleado
es que un empleado me dice,
puede
Puede quedarse en
permanecer
un trabajo
permanecer en un trabajo que él o ella probablemente, I don't have idea what is brown,
supera
supera y obtiene oportunidades,
podría perder
Yeah.
oportunidades
podría perder oportunidades por develop, what is develop?
desarrollarse.
Y desarrollarse una nueva dirección.
Ujú.
Por los empleadores.
Sí,
Empleadores. El punto de vista de los empleadores. La compañía should have employee, should have employee.
debería tener.
Deberían tener
La
empleados.
compañía debería tener
No debe exceder
Habilidades
las habilidades que
necesarias.
cuyas habilidades no excedan las necesidades de la compañía.
Ajá.
Ok. Entonces, por un lado, la oración 3, la idea es que hay un aspecto negativo en ser leal a una compañía y es que puede que nuestras habilidades superen lo que estamos haciendo en esa compañía y nos perdamos de oportunidades de seguir creciendo. Y la 4 dice que entonces el punto de vista del empleador sería contratar empleados que no excedan esas habilidades que se necesitan en la compañía. Entonces, ¿qué relación tienen las dos ideas? ¿Son opuestas? ¿Son similares? ¿Son ejemplos? ¿Causa y efecto? ¿Cuál es la conexión?
Una
¿Opuestas?
Son opuestas, are opposites.
¿Son opuestas?
pero se complementan.
Ok,
Sí,
si son opuestas no se pueden complementar. Si son opuestas es ventajas y desventajas. Si se complementan es porque son similares las ideas.
entonces son causas y consecuencias. A causa de una
Es
cosa no
como
funciona,
versus.
funciona la otra.
La consecuencia de no de emplear a personas que no excedan las
También.
necesidades de la compañía.
Ujú.
Es más como una secuencia.
No,
A consecuencia de que las empresas no quieran contratar a personas que tengan las habilidades, no permiten que también la persona crezca y se desarrolle dentro de la empresa.
Sí puede ser. Entonces, yo puedo decir que el aspecto negativo de quedarse en la empresa es que la persona no crece y en consecuencia los empleadores deberán dar trabajo a personas que no excedan esas habilidades. ¿Qué conector expresa consecuencia?
Because.
Due to,
Since,
Ujú. Ok, since,
since,
ya que,
exacto.
tú. Ah, tú ya está.
what?
Whereas,
in consequence,
Y consecuencias.
whereas teacher,
Whereas es mientras que.
Contrast.
Because.
¿Por qué?
mm,
Therefore.
Por lo tanto, ajá. Mm, listo. Vamos con otra. Si en el párrafo 2 yo estaba expresando ventajas y desventajas de quedarse en una compañía, en una cultura donde se valora la lealtad. Entonces, en el párrafo 3 voy a hablar de la otra cultura, ventajas y desventajas de quedarse en la compañía. Julián, could you translate please sentences 1 and 2? Julián,
Yeah, teacher, one second.
okay.
Which change and employee can still with one company does not have en las culturas en las que es bastante aceptable cambiar el trabajo. Ah, cada por ciento, no, cientos de, no, por ciento de años, cada vez más,
Eh,
no, change job.
¿Cada cuántos
Mm,
años? O sea,
pues, ¿no?
cambiarlos con frecuencia. ¿Cada cuántos años? Cada tantos años, perdón.
Eh,
Pocos
los
años.
empleados pueden,
Sí, sí.
los empleados pueden desarrollar la carrera que eligen para ellos
Para,
mismos.
exacto.
Ah, los empleados pueden quedarse con una empresa siempre y cuando sea mutuamente beneficiosa, ah, para la empresa y los empleados.
Ajá, muy bien. Entonces, hay ventajas, ¿cierto? La ventaja es que los empleados pueden construir su carrera como ellos la hayan pensado, porque en esa cultura es válido el cambiar de trabajo con frecuencia. Y se entiende que si hay un beneficio entre la compañía y el empleador, está bien para esa cultura hacer esos cambios de trabajo. Entonces, ¿cuál es la relación entre oración uno y 2? ¿Qué conexión hay? ¿Son opuestas? ¿Son similares? ¿Es idea ejemplo? ¿Está enfatizando? ¿Está dando una consecuencia? ¿Está expresando una condición? Giovanni,
Expresando una condición,
Eh,
¿no?
condition as long as, for example.
Complementando.
puede,
Enfatizando la primera, la segunda enfatiza la primera.
puede enfatizar o como Giovanni dice, puede ser que lo exprese de forma de condición, podría yo decir. eh, si es beneficioso para la compañía y el empleador, entonces el empleado se puede quedar en la compañía y esto se acepta en una cultura en la que el empleado puede escoger la carrera que mejor le beneficie. Lo podría expresar así como una condición, lo podría expresar como enfatizando la idea. Entonces, si voy a usarlo como para enfatizar la primera idea que conector uso.
In particular.
Because.
Because expresa causa y efecto.
Teacher
As,
does? Does?
as,
Así, ok.
Teacher does? Ah, ok.
Sí, das expresa que estoy enfatizando y la traducción es así. Ajá.
indeed.
Consequently, could
Ah,
be.
Pero dijimos que no lo íbamos a expresar como
Ah, ok,
consecuencia,
ok.
sino para enfatizar. Entonces, indeed se traduce de hecho. Das
Mm,
así y bueno, enfatizando.
therefore, could
El
be
for también
therefore.
expresa consecuencia. De por
As long as.
por lo tanto.
Okay.
Especially.
As long as.
As long as está bien, en tanto los empleados o haya un mutuo acuerdo, así como está acá, haya un mutuo acuerdo entre empleador y compañía, se pueden quedar en la empresa o cambiar de trabajo si la persona quiere buscar construir la carrera de otra forma. Ok. Bueno, sigamos con esta otra. Julián, ¿me ayudas? La 2 y la 3. Bueno,
Alright,
la 2 ya
enter.
la 2 ya la habías traducido. La
Sí.
3.
As long as our relationship simple, no pienses también. Siempre que exista una buena relación y el proveedor de no, relación y la carrera del empleado es avanzada a un ritmo aceptable,
Ajá.
el empleado puede permanecer con una compañía.
Ok, bien. Entonces, ¿qué relación hay con la oración 2?
It sounds
It's a condition,
condicional.
teacher. It's a
Ujú.
condition.
Es condición. La condición está expresada acá mismo en la oración 3. Está diciendo que si hay buena relación y si el empleado, eh, si la carrera del empleado está avanzando a un ritmo aceptable, pues se queda en la compañía. Esa es la condición. Pero la relación entre la 2 y la 3,
Como cualificando.
cualificando,
Ujú.
son similares, son diferentes, causa y efecto, son secuencias, son idea, ejemplo,
Condición.
podría ser ejemplo, podría ser el empleado se queda en una compañía si le es beneficioso para él y para la compañía. Por ejemplo, si hay una buena relación y el empleador está avanzando a un ritmo aceptable, pues se puede quedar. Entonces se podría expresar como ejemplo. ¿Qué conector uso para expresar ejemplo?
Teacher, I found one in
example.
internet, but I don't know how to pronounce it. It's correspondingly. I don't know how pronounce that. De la misma manera.
Ajá.
I don't know. Or likewise.
In order to.
In order to expresa propósito. Yo hago esto para que pase de esta manera.
Teacher, likewise.
De la misma manera.
Así mismo. Likewise.
Pero ejemplos, pues digo, por ejemplo.
Correct to say at the same time.
Pero si las dos cosas pasan al mismo tiempo.
Ah, okay.
For instance.
Ajá. For instance es un sinónimo de for example. Ok. Listo. Sí es como clara la idea de cómo organizar la información. Antes de que yo empiece a escribir un párrafo, debería yo tener una lista de las ideas que quiero expresar. Después mirar cómo las voy a agrupar. En este caso las agrupamos las que pertenecen a lo que sucede en Asia, las que pertenecen a lo que sucede en Europa y América, las ventajas y desventajas de lo que sucede en Asia y las ventajas y desventajas de lo que sucede en América, para hacer párrafo 2 y 3. El párrafo 1 era introducir el tema. El párrafo 2 es ampliar la idea de Asia con ventajas y desventajas. El párrafo 3, ampliar la idea de lo que pasa en Estados Unidos y Europa con ventajas y desventajas. Y un último párrafo sería concluir. ¿Sí? Eso es lo que hay que hacer al escribir, mostrar que uno puede poner las ideas en orden y que las puede conectar. Okay, if you want to practice this topic, I'm going to upload to the web page, the virtual room, this exercise. Do you see my screen? Do you see a schedule on my screen?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
So you see two schedules, two different schools, and a question. The question is if you consider that teaching is more important to teach science, maths, and technology than teaching arts, as it is represented in those schedules of two different schools. So that's the question, and below you have some connectors and the short paragraphs of a short essay. So the exercise is for you to write in the gaps the links, the connectors that help to complete the essay. So this, I will publish it in the virtual room just in case you want to practice the use of connectors. Okay, questions?
Sure, and the last semester, Jairo's teacher told us that, for example, in the introduction, we have to put a sequence of events that we want to explain, and that's in the other paragraphs, in the next paragraph, we have to follow that order.
Okay, that can happen. You can show in an essay a sequence of events if you want to list, for example, the positive aspects of, let's say, studying abroad a language. Yes, so if your question of the essay is, do you consider it is positive to study a foreign language in a different country as the one where you were born, or it is better to study in the place where you were born? So if your answer of your essay are to list all the positive aspects of studying abroad, so you can introduce by mentioning the positive aspects, and in each paragraph you will give ideas and details and examples about those positive aspects. So you will introduce them by saying first,
Teacher, but I don't mean, for example, giving for example, first, second, third. No, I mean just for the order. I don't know. In the introduction, I mentioned the aspects that I will explain there, and I just follow this order, but not as you say, first, second, not just for.
I got your idea, and that's true. So I will show you the introduction of the exercise that we had. This is the introduction of the essay that we just worked with. So it says, en culturas diferentes se da valor diferente a la lealtad del empleador. Estoy diciendo que voy a hablar de esa diferencia cultural. Entonces puedo poner, mientras que en algunos países, como en Asia, hay un alto grado de lealtad a una compañía, en otros países como Europa o Estados Unidos la lealtad al empleador no tiene mucho valor. Entonces empiezo diciendo que voy a hablar de la diferencia cultural, voy a mencionar lo que pasa en Asia y que es donde es altamente valorado la lealtad, y voy a mencionar lo que pasa en otros continentes como Europa y América, donde la lealtad no se valora tanto. Y eso es lo que voy a desarrollar después. Entonces digo, contrario a Asia, los europeos consideran más racional y razonable para un empleado cambiar de trabajo mientras se logre el objetivo de la carrera. Ambas posiciones tienen ventajas y desventajas. Acá estoy mencionando que voy a mencionar esas dos cosas para cada una de las culturas. Entonces sí, en la introducción yo tengo que mencionar lo que voy a tratar en el párrafo 2, en el párrafo 3. Lo menciono y después lo explico. Doy más detalles y doy ejemplos. En este caso de ventajas y desventajas.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Okay. Any other question?
No
No,
question,
teacher.
Okay, good. So we'll meet next Thursday. Your task is as connectors and is right there. Well, I'll let you know by tomorrow if you need to read something for our next virtual encounter, or I will let you know if you have to do something else for our next virtual encounter. Okay?
Okay,
So
teacher,
that's
thank
all.
you.
Thank you for your attendance and have a good night, everybody.
Bye, teacher.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, bye-bye.